There's a moment, almost everyone knows, you walk into a room and suddenly nothing. You stop. You look around. You feel like something just slipped through your fingers, but you can't grab it back. Why did you come here? It's not just forgetting. It's not like misplacing your keys. It's stranger than that, because just seconds ago you knew. At first, you brush it off. Ah, whatever, you walk back out, and then, like magic, it comes back. Oh, right. And now you're standing there thinking, why does my brain do this? This isn't random. This isn't your brain failing. This is your mind doing exactly what it was designed to do. And once you understand what's happening in that moment, you start to notice something deeper. This isn't just about forgetting. It's about how your mind organizes reality itself. The invisible boundary. Your brain doesn't see the world as one continuous flow. It breaks your life into segments, moments, contexts, environments, invisible chapters. And every time you move from one space to another, a doorway, a hallway, even switching screens on your phone, your brain quietly says, new scene. Psychologists call this the doorway effect. But the name doesn't really capture how powerful it is, because what's happening isn't just memory loss, it's memory resetting. When you walk into a new room, your brain updates where you are. What matters now? What information is relevant? What can be discarded? And sometimes, the thing you were just thinking about gets categorized as no longer important. So, it disappears, not because it's gone, but because your brain has filed it away too efficiently. You've felt this before. You open your phone and immediately forget what you were about to do. You walk into the kitchen and stand there staring. You start talking. And halfway through a sentence, your mind blanks. In those moments, something subtle happens. You begin to question yourself. Am I distracted? Am I getting worse at focusing? Is something wrong with me? But here's the truth. Nothing is wrong with you. Your brain is just prioritizing survival over continuity. Your brain doesn't care about your intentions. It cares about efficiency, relevance, energy. Holding on to every thought, every intention, every detail would be exhausting. So your brain constantly asks, do I still need this? And if the answer isn't obvious, it lets go. The doorway becomes a filter, a boundary between before and now. And anything that doesn't clearly belong in now gets dropped. But here's where it gets interesting. Not everything gets dropped equally. Some thoughts survive the transition, others vanish instantly. Why? Because your brain is emotional, not logical. If what you were thinking had urgency, fear, excitement, pressure, it stays. If it was neutral, casual, or vague, it disappears. That's why you never forget something truly important, but you constantly forget small intentions. And over time, those small moments start to feel like something bigger. The quiet frustration. You don't panic, but you notice it happens again and again and again. You start to feel slightly out of sync, like your thoughts don't fully belong to you, like your mind is skipping. You might laugh it off, but there's a subtle discomfort, because forgetting something mid-action breaks your sense of continuity. It interrupts your story. And humans rely on narrative to feel stable. We need to feel like, I know what I'm doing. I'm in control. I'm moving forward. But in that moment, you're not. You're paused, disconnected, and your brain doesn't explain why. The deeper pattern. The doorway effect is just one visible example, but the same mechanism happens coincidental in less obvious ways. Every time you switch tasks, change environments, interrupt your focus, jump between apps, scroll endlessly, your brain is resetting context again and again and again, which means you're not just forgetting why you walked into a room, you're slowly weakening your ability to hold intention across time. This is the hidden cost of modern life. We move through too many doorways, not just physical ones, mental ones, notifications, tabs, messages, videos, endless inputs. Each one creates a micro transition, a new room, and your brain keeps asking, what matters now? What can I drop? Eventually, it starts dropping more than you expect. The feeling. You can't name, it's not exactly distraction, it's not exactly forgetfulness, it's something in between. You feel slightly scattered, less sharp, less anchored, more reactive than intentional. You start things, but don't always remember why. You switch tasks, but lose the original goal. You move, but without clear direction. And the strange part is, you can still function, which makes it harder to notice. You adapt. Without realizing, you rely more on habits, more on autopilot, more on external cues. Instead of holding intention internally, you wait for the environment to remind you. The kitchen reminds you to eat. Your phone reminds you to check something. Your desk reminds you to work. But when the reminder isn't there, the intention disappears. And that's the deeper layer of the doorway effect. It reveals how fragile intention really is. Your mind is context dependent. You don't think in isolation, you think in environments. Your thoughts are tied to where you are, what you see, what you just did, what you expect next. Change the environment, and you change the mind. That's why ideas vanish when you move and return when you go back. It's not coincidence, it's reconstruction. Your brain rebuilds thoughts based on context. And if the context is gone, the thought becomes inaccessible. So, what can you do? You don't need to fix your brain, you need to work with it. First, slow down transitions when you move from one space to another. Pause for a second, mentally repeat, what am I about to do? This anchors the intention. It gives your brain a reason to keep it. Second, make intentions visible. Don't rely on memory alone. Use notes, objects, placement. If something matters, externalize it. Third, reduce unnecessary doorways. You don't need constant switching. Batch tasks. Stay in one context longer. Give your brain time to stabilize. Because clarity doesn't come from speed, it comes from continuity. The bigger realization. That small moment, standing in a room forgetting why, isn't just a glitch. It's a glimpse into how your mind actually works. It shows you how easily context controls thought, how fragile intention can be, how much your environment shapes your identity. You're not just thinking, you're constantly being reconfigured, moment by moment, room by room. And maybe that's the most important part. Because if your mind resets with context, then you can design better contexts. You can create environments that support clarity, that reinforce intention, that reduce mental friction. Instead of fighting your brain, you guide it. And suddenly that frustrating moment becomes useful. Not a failure, but a signal, a reminder that your mind isn't broken, it's structured. And once you see the structure, you stop feeling lost inside it. Next time you walk into a room, and forget why. Don't just brush it off. Notice it. Pause. Reconnect. Because in that tiny gap between knowing and not knowing, you're seeing the hidden side of your mind. And most people never even realize it's there.